guys, my name is Lydia, and I just wanted to upload a quick little chatty video about some of my most anticipated autumn reads this year. I think most of them are kind of spooky Halloween reads because that's what I like to read in autumn. And that's what's been catching my eye, so that's what I've picked up for the last couple of years because I always buy more books than I actually can read. So let's just get into it. I want to showcase some of these in case you guys are interested. The first thing I have is called Pretty Monsters. Isn't that a beautiful cover? By Kelly Link. And I'm pretty sure I saw this in a Bookstagram photo and it caught my eye because it had monsters in the title. And I was like, yes, that's for me. And I looked it up and I really liked it. And I think it might be a collection of short stories. Or it might be leading you wrong. But can't really find a description on the book. But anyway, look this one up. I got it a year or two ago. That's why it's not fresh in my mind. But I've really wanted to read it since then. Kind of looks like, the cover always makes me think of Loki with like the horns. Anyway, next off I have The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman. I've never read this. I've actually only really read Neil Gaiman's children's books, which I love. I love Coraline. I think I'm going to feature that in a children's autumn, recommendation video. But I loved Coraline, and I've read some of like The Wolves in the Walls and Fortunately the Milk, and I really love his children's books. But I'm trying to think if I've read a single one of his adult books completely. I tend to struggle. I've picked a couple up, and I've had a hard time getting into them, which is a shame because I always read the premise, and I'm like, this is going to be amazing. This is what I want. I just don't know. Maybe I wasn't in the right mood. I don't really know. But I think this one is a younger book, potentially. I think this is one of his first books. If not his first book. And I have this one on audiobook. And it's not super long, so I'm pretty confident I'll be able to actually get through it if I put my mind to it. Alright, the next book is a YA book I've had forever. I think it was one of the OG spooky YA books. And it is Anna Dressed in Blood by Kendare Blake. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. But I don't know. I've had it for so long on my shelf. Ooh, the font is red. I don't know if you can see that. That's really cool. Anyway, I'm going to try to pick it up this year because it's been on my shelf for years and give it a try. If I don't like it, I'll DNF it. I'm trying to get better at that. I'm trying to get better at just, actually attempting to read the books on my shelf, and if I'm not interested, then they shouldn't be on my shelf anymore. That's crazy. These are all very, very gray, dreary books. Alright, next up we have Something Wicked, This Way Comes by Ray Bradbury. I didn't know this book existed until very recently. I saw it in a Barnes & Noble and it caught my eye. I think it caught my eye because it looks circusy. And then I realized, oh, that's, more like Halloween-y. So I picked it up. I'm very excited to read it. I know okay. Ray Bradbury is a very loved author by some people. I've read Fahrenheit 451, and I did enjoy that book. I listened to it, so I guess I'll give this one a try. I've heard good things about it. The cashier at Barnes & Noble was very excited when he saw me bring this to the teller. The teller? Is that what you call it? Next up is a beautiful book that it wasn't just a cover purchase. The cover definitely grabbed my eye, but it was the concept did as well, and it is Meddling Kids by Edgar Cantero. and I'm pretty sure this came out last year, and I haven't really checked Goodreads since to see if the rating went like or not, but that's not usually how I base my decisions on what I'm going to try reading anyway. But isn't that a beautiful cover in this lighting too? It like glows. But yeah, this is a little bit long. I mean, maybe it's not that long, but it's a kind of solid book, so maybe I'll get it on Audible if I'm not getting through my reading quickly enough to listen to, and that will probably get me through it. But the concept is kind of, you know, small town, Scooby-Doo-ish, It, Stranger Things, like those are all the vibes that I had from it. Like these kids grew up, I think they come back as adults, which is very It oriented. The next I have 2 books to read to my nephew, actually, so these are children's books. We just went through this whole thing this summer called Camp Cryptid, where he'd come over to my house and we'd learn about cryptids, and we'd go hunting for them, and we do crafts, and it was great fun. And every year we have kind of a more newly established tradition, but every year we go to a cabin on the lake in the woods of Wisconsin. And so because we were just learning about cryptids, and that's something we've done together, and he loved it, I picked up these 2 books to read. This one is called The Amber Giant. It's about a Yeti, so maybe this one's more fit for winter, but it's really quite, he has very high reading level for his age, and it looks very simple to get through, so I might actually read it first and then give it to him. Secondly, we have this one, which I was like, oh, he's gonna love this. Oh, I'm sorry, Amber Giant is by Julietta M. Spudik. Spudik? Hope I'm saying Julietta's name right. Cryptid Catcher is the next one that I got him, which looks like a delightful children's tale, and one that he will adore. I mean, he's got a young boy here with a bunch of monsters. I don't know what nephew wouldn't like that. This is by Leah Fisher. Leah, I think, or Elijah, like Elijah. I think it's Leah. Yeah, I think this guy's dad is a monster hunter, very Dean Winchester-esque from Supernatural, but I don't know, it just looks delightful, and I think he's gonna get a kick out of it. We are at 7 minutes already. I better speed this up. The next one, I'm pretty sure Ariel Bissett talked about months ago, and I was like, I'm getting that one. I'm getting it. And it's Toil and Trouble, 15 Tales of Women and Witchcraft. And I love short story collections. I get so excited. I love this trend of, like, I think YA has been doing it, where like Stephanie Perkins and stuff, where they release like seasonal short stories. I'm such a seasonal reader, which is obvious by this video that I'm making right now. And so I'm always just like pumped that I have a collection of short stories by a bunch of different authors. I can see all their different writing styles. And yeah, I'm just pumped about it. I'm so excited to get some good old fun, spooky, witchy stories going this autumn. My next book is another book I was hoping to read with my nephew. I'm going to probably read it first. But it's nice because I can read a couple, it's a collection of short stories, so I can read a couple of them and then see if he can handle them, you know. He's only 6, 7. He just turned 7. Wow, he just turned 7. Whew, okay. And it is by R.L. Stein. I'm sorry, I wasn't allowed to read Goosebumps growing up, so I don't know if it's Stein or Steen. But he gathered this collection of short stories called Scream and Scream Again, which is great because he's like, you know, the master, right? So all these different authors have contributed, and I'm really excited to get some fun kids. I think they're for kids. I mean, he's a children's writer, right? Well, I guess we'll find out when I read it, but I'm excited to read this and see what's up with that. The next portion, I have a sticky note because they're all my audiobooks, so I'll try to, like, you know, everyone's like, oh, I'll insert a picture here. I don't know if I know how to do that, but I'll try to figure out a way to insert a picture. So the audiobooks that I want to get to this year, and some of them I've had for a long time, are Interview with the Vampire by Anne Rice. It's been around for quite a while. I've watched the movie, but I have never read the book. So All the Little Children, I think it's a thriller. I'm not really sure that it's autumny or Halloweeny, but it looks spooky. So I figured if I'm looking for another audiobook to listen to at work, I'll check out All the Little Children. The Graveyard Book, like I said, I hauled that one. I have that one on Audible, so I'm sure I will listen to that one first. Let Me In, which is a vampire book. I have the movie, but I haven't watched it. I think I have the new movie, not like the old. I think there's like an old French one or something like that. I have the new one. I think it's with Chloe Moretz, but I haven't watched it yet. I kind of wanted to listen to the book first, so we'll see. I got a whole bunch of spooky movies I gotta watch this year too, so hopefully I'll get the book done first. The next that I have on Audible is The Penguin Book of the Dead, which I'm really excited. I read, I think it was another Penguin book. They kind of had similar similar covers last year, which I loved, which I think it was called Ghostland, and it was like a collection of haunted locations in America, and they talked about it, and I've been to some of them, and I've, you know, like read about other ones and different things, and so that was such a fun read. I highly recommend Ghostland. That's a different video. But yeah, anyway. Another book that's coming out that I actually have ordered, but it hasn't gotten here yet, is Small Spaces by Catherine Arden is her name. Catherine Arden. And I'm sorry, I'm saying a lot. I'm not used to filming. It's been a while. But Catherine Arden is the author, and it looks so fun. The cover looks like that movie Trick or Treat. If you've ever seen Trick or Treat, that's what the cover looks like. Kind of campy, small towny. I read the description. It's got this like pumpkin-headed scarecrow jack-o'-lantern thing on it. There's like a school bus in the background. I'll try to put the cover up for you. It's a new release. That and Toil and Trouble were like the new releases that I've seen already that I was like, oh, gotta get those this year. Gotta read them. So I'm very excited for those, and I think they come out like October 1st or 2nd or something. It's early October. I pre-ordered it, so hopefully I'll see it soon. So yeah, those are some of the books I'm looking forward to. I'm hoping to get through most of them this year, at least the ones that I bought this year, you know. Scream and Scream Again, Toil and Trouble, and Small Spaces are all new purchases. So I'm hoping to at least read the new ones and get through some of these ones I've been meaning to get through for a long time. So yeah, it is 13 minutes, so I should probably let you go. That is my autumn TBR, excited reads, whatever you want to call it. I'm sure I'll add some more excitement. If you want to follow me on Instagram, that's where I post all of my bookish content. All the new books I get and I'm excited about and the ones I'm reading. I also have a Goodreads. My Instagram and my Goodreads are both l.l.gappa. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know if you are hoping to pick up any of these books this beautiful autumn.